Brando, first of all, congratulations on your debut win in the UFC. A great knockout, great performance. What was it like to do that in your home crowd?
I mean, it was a dream come true. It's something that I worked for many years now, and I've been dreaming about this since a kid. I grew up watching Krokop in the K1, and to make my walk out there and to see my name on the screen, it was just, it was a dream come true.
At the start, I must ask you about your nickname, Balkan Bear. Who gave you that?
Yeah. So my uncle suggested that name because when I was a kid, I used to like bears a lot. You know, they're very aggressive, they're beautiful animals. But also, on my dad's side, I'm full Croatian. But then on my mum's side, I'm half Croatian, half Bosnian. And then when I started fighting, I started pretty much destroying everybody I fought very, very quickly. First round knockouts, head kicks, elbows, everything. So my uncle said to me one day, "Why not Balkan Bear?"
Very interesting.
Yeah.
You proudly emphasize your Croatian roots. Can you tell us a bit more about them?
For sure. So I'm a Croatian citizen. I got my passport last year. Very proud. I can't wait to. One day I'm hoping to move to Croatia. My family is from Split, on my dad's side, and then on my mother's side they're from Zadar, and then on the islands Dugi Okto, Sava. So yeah, just on the coast, Dalmatia.
What kind of emotions does Croatia evoke in you?
It's in my blood. So I'm very competitive, and I love my countries, and I love my friends, my family, and this is another reason why I actually moved to New Zealand, because when I started fighting, I knew I had to get out of South Australia. That's where I was born, because we didn't have big gyms, world-class fighters there. So I knew I was a big fish in a small pond, and I had to leave. So I had a choice between going to America, Europe, or New Zealand. And for me, New Zealand, I grew up playing rugby union, and New Zealand, their Polynesian culture is very similar to Croatian culture. They're about family, they're very loving. So yeah, I chose to go to New Zealand because of that. Very similar cultures. There's actually a big Croatian community here in New Zealand, and they're called Tararas. So there's about, I think, 100,000 Croatians here.
Great. Mirko Filipović, Stipe Miočić, Igor Pokrajac, Branko Ciketić, and now Ante Delija, Ivan Erslan, Roberto Soldić, and Alexander Rakic are just some of the fighters from this region who made a big impact in the sport. Was any of them a motivation for you to start fighting?
Yeah, 100%. I follow all the fighters in the Balkans, and there's a few great kickboxers as well. We got like Mladen Brestovac and Ahmed, Bosnian still. He's great. I trained with him. Krunic, I trained with him in December. But growing up, it was basically Krokop for me. And then Branko Ciketić as well. I think he was from, where was he from? Split?
Yes. Split.
Yeah, so the Croatian Tiger. And then obviously, Stipe Miočić when he was in the UFC.
Yes.
I remember watching in 2015 or 16, he fought Mark Hunt in my hometown. I wasn't even training then, I was playing rugby. And when I saw him fight, I was like, wow, this is what I want to do. So I still waited a few years before I went to the gym, because I was playing rugby, and I was really good at rugby. So, but I got there eventually.
Can you tell me your top 5 heavyweights fighters of all time? Because you are heavyweight, so...
Can it be any combat?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Kickboxing or MMA? Or box?
Look, I'm going to say, for kickboxing, for me, it has to be Krokop, and I love Fedor as well, because he was Orthodox, and I'm Orthodox. So I'm going to put those two men there. and then boxing has to be Mike Tyson for me. Growing up was massive, but then also you got Joseph Parker, who's a New Zealand boxer. And he's a great man. He's a very good man. I respect him a lot. And then MMA, I would have to say myself.
Okay.
I'm going to say myself.
You and Israel Adesanya share a friendly relationship. What kind of influence has one of the world's most exciting fighters of all time, I can say?
Yeah. Because of Israel, I'm here. He saw me fight in New Zealand 3 years ago. And even though I lost that fight, he saw something in me. And he said, he invited me to be his training partner for the Alex Pereira fight. My dad actually had a stroke, and I said to him, I'm sorry, I can't come. I have to stay there to make sure he's okay. He recovers, which he did, thankfully. And I was there for the second Pereira fight. So, yeah, he's been a massive influence. You know, he took me along to all the fights with him. He showed me what it's like. And he's a really good friend, but also a good mentor and a great person. You know, you don't get people like that normally in the world. He's the same as Joseph Parker as well. Like, he's a very good human. So.
I'm sure you follow Fight Nation Championship, which has grown into one of the best European organizations. How often do you watch their events, and do you have maybe any favorite fighters from FNC?
Yeah, for sure. Look, I watched the last event. Was it in Zagreb?
Yes, in Zagreb.
Yeah, and then the one before that was Pula, or maybe one before that one. So in the Coliseum, they had that in the Coliseum. That was amazing.
That was the last year.
Yeah, that was amazing. I was very, very impressed, and I actually wanted to fight on that show. And then yeah, obviously you got a lot of interesting characters. It's very entertaining. You got is that Fabian?
Miran Fabian, yes.
He's very aggressive and he's in your face. And
talker.
He's a very entertaining fighter. I like watching him. He reminds me of myself when I was first started fighting. I was very aggressive and I was like trying to provoke my opponents.
Iron Heart.
It's all mental games as well. So it's I like watching all the fighters there.
Do you have maybe any plans to attend of the one FNC events in future, like a guest or?
Oh, of course, 100%. Obviously, my career comes first, and I would actually love to go see Martin Butar. How do you say his last name? The heavyweight fighter, Croatian fighter
from Zadar.
Bator. Sorry, Bator. I'd like to come see him fight, and on the next one, but unfortunately, I've got to train myself and focus on my career. But if ever comes an opportunity I can come, I will 100%.
How often do you visit Croatia, specifically Split? You are from?
Yeah, I used to come once a year or every 2 years as a kid growing up. But now it's a bit less. So I've only been 2 times. So 2018 I went, and then last year I went. So it's not as frequent as I would like it to be, but you got to make sacrifices in life. I left my family and all my friends and everything, all the opportunities in Australia, and I came to a new country with one suitcase, just like my grandparents did. And I have to make a life for myself here. So
nice. Since you are from Split, we have to talk about Hajduk Split and the Croatian national football team, because football here is like a religion. Do you manage to follow Hajduk and Croatian football team maybe? Or
I don't. It's I've always wanted to go to a game.
Yes.
And I've always my goal is to bring the UFC to Split. That is what I want. I want to defend the title or fight for a title in Split. I don't know how that's going to happen, but I want it to happen. So that's in my career. If I could do that, I'd be very happy. But Yeah, to answer your question, I don't follow it, but I would love to go to a game.
Well, I'm sure people will love that. Let's talk about your next fight. Is there any news about your next fight, and is there some particular opponent do you like to face?
Yeah, for sure. Look, I would like to fight anybody in the top 10. I want to prove myself straight away. I'm a young heavyweight, and I want to, it's taken a lot of work to get to this point in life, and I want to fight the best in the world, the biggest and the baddest. After my fight, I had a few people I wanted to call out, but I didn't think it was the right time because I wanted to get a few things off my chest. I wanted to dedicate the fight to a few people I've lost, and it wasn't the right time for me. And also, I haven't fought in a year, and before that, it was another year since I fought. So I've had 2 fights in 2 years. So whoever the UFC give me, I'm going to fight. I need to get my experience. I need to stay in my lane, and just whatever they say, like I'll do it. So I'm happy to fight anybody.
That's a nice way. And finally, Brando, I'd like to give you a chance to send a message to Fightroom fans and your fans in Croatia and across the Balkan.
Just want to say I love you all, and I thank you for all the support. It's been overwhelming. I didn't realize how many people support me in the Balkans. I'm very proud, and I like to represent from Australia and New Zealand, but I've got the whole world behind me now. So thank you all, and I can't wait to come to the Balkans, and I'm gonna do some seminars, and I want to see my country and see my people.